Hello and welcome to episode 238. I cannot believe that's such a big number of the Veeam Community Recap. I'm Rick Vanover, the Rickatron, not in normal circumstances, not yet looking at the sun coming up because I am in Arizona, and I'm joined by Madalena this afternoon. Maddie, how you doing today?
Good day, Rick, and good day, community. I'm doing great. Not in normal circumstances, but you do have a very bougie background. Just wanted to mention it with that mirror in there. Very fancy. Really
Yeah,
like.
it's definitely a mirror, as you can see, and yeah, we have an internal management meeting this week, and it's quite a nice place. This room is huge. I mean, I was getting lost in it the other night. It's just so big. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not in normal circumstances, but definitely nice. Doesn't have a desk, but I feel like this is like an emperor's table I'm sitting on. You should see how big it is. It's huge. But anyways,
Yeah.
it's a nice place.
Well, I can see the background. That looks gorgeous. Really like it. Let's see what background we're gonna have next week. Are we gonna have a recap? We're gonna be in
Ooh,
front. We're gonna have all our Vim 100 members. We're gonna be very busy and tight with the schedule. So
yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
it's going to be interesting because next week is the Veeam 100 Summit in Prague. Really excited for that. The top members and the product teams are really amped for that. Now, I don't know what we're going to do for recapping. So we have not made a plan on that. So we probably should, because if we don't have a plan, nothing will happen. But you're kind of sneaky. You might just like be walking around with the phone or something. Who knows what's going
Who
to happen?
knows? That
Who knows?
we're gonna surprise you. Let's
Oh
put it
boy,
down.
you've been thinking about it, is what you're saying. Mm,
Yeah. Let's
all
see.
right.
But yeah, in the
Spe-
meantime, yeah.
we've
Sorry.
got we've got community stuff in the meantime. Let's
Yeah.
let's kick this one off with Link State, aka Luca, with a great post on how to migrate Veeam Backup Enterprise Manager's database from SQL Server to PostgreSQL. So, we talk a lot about BNR, but not so much Enterprise Manager. This is a really cool one.
Yeah, indeed. And it's a really good article. Thank you, Luca, for that, first of all. And he walks us through the process of transitioning Veeam Backup Enterprise Manager's database backend from Microsoft SQL Server to PostgreSQL. And basically, this aligns with the Veeam support for PostgreSQL in version 12. And there are a few things that he covers in here, basically why migrated. And he says, like, hey, PostgreSQL is open source and is cost effective and increasingly supported by enterprise tools. So all good reasons. And then he talks about prerequisites, backup of the existing SQL database, installation of PostgreSQL, and ensuring compatibility with Vim 12.1. And then he's just step by step migration, how to do it, exporting the SQL database schema and data, creating a new PostgreSQL database using tools like PG Loader or custom scripts to transfer the data. And then, of course, you just reconfigure Veeam to point to the new PostgreSQL instance. Last thing you do, of course, it's going to be the validation. You just have to make sure that it's done correctly with the Vim services. And yeah, he's just doing a fantastic job breaking down a very complex migration into very easy steps. And this kind of write-up could really make some admins take on the migrations with confidence. So thank you for sharing. Good job.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting. And like this step right here is this tool is one of the migration tools, probably the most important step of it. And I personally have never done this, Luca. So I think this is really a fantastic share. So thank you for sharing this up on the Veeam community this week.
Absolutely. I'm very curious. I can't remember if we're going to see him or not in Prague. Let us know in the comments,
Oh,
Luca.
link,
Yes. Remember
yeah,
if
link
I
state.
saw
And when we do that, Maddie, it's always tricky because I'll walk to someone and say, "Hello, link state," and maybe I'll remember their name. That's why I always try to say their names, because if I just say hello, link state, that's weird.
Yeah, indeed.
We'll see.
Let's
All
see.
right. Next up, uh, from Brazil, Jean, and I'm doing my best with his topic here on 2025, the year we ran 50 years with the NIST framework. So that's kind of scary to think that it's been this long. And this one really is I love this framework type of discussion. But what caught your eye on this, Maddie?
No, first of all, congratulations, Jean, for the achievement, first of all. And thank you for sharing your experience implementing the NIST CSF in more than 50 organizations, this year. So what he highlights in here are just a few things: the scalability of the framework. The NIST CSF is adaptable across various industries, and then you can use it from SMBs to large enterprises, and you can see while you read the article. And then he's also talking about some common challenges, like how organizations struggle with some asset inventory and risk assessment, and then aligning some controls with the business priorities. And what I like a lot is this point where he talks about the community collaboration. He says, that success was driven by shared templates, peer support, open dialogue with the Veeam community. And this is fantastic, really, to hear and to see, And then he's also discussing a little bit tooling support and the cultural impact. And, I do have a question for our community. If they tried implementing the NIST CSF or any other frameworks, and I'm sure we live in this world where cyber attacks are just the normal of the day, and what worked, what didn't, what would you suggest to our audience? Was this good for you? Was not? I mean, in this one, Jean is really sharing with us some numbers as well, and I really like it as you are sharing right now. He's putting together some good hexagon. Is that a hexagon? Yeah.
I call this more of like it's a pentagon by shape number, but it's more of like a score matrix.
Yeah. So he's giving us some numbers and some metrics and some information, but also let us know in the comments, what did you try and what did it work and what it didn't? So very curious, and always helps the community. Let us know your experience, put together a blog or just a paragraph, it's just share with us. It's important.
Yeah. And what's cool is take this customer one and then the output of customer one, that after they made some enhancements, they have a lot more area. They've expanded their kind of coverage, and you can see in this customer one example, what did they do? They turned on some of these things. They deployed Veeam 1 just in general, having that's a good one, right? So This is a really good framework that, and sorry, not 50 years, but 50 organizations. So I had that wrong at the start. But Jean, thank you so much for that. And I like the sound of this content. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll see you next week with some sound.
Yeah. All right. So next up is Steve Ferns. Haven't called your name in a while, Steve. This is a good one. He's one of the members of the Veeam R&D team, Object Storage Showcase Part 4. And you can have the, let's see, the other ones are, you can always find some of the related topics here. Love that about the platform. But what caught your eye on this one, Maddie?
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw Part 4. I was like, oh, okay, already, because I don't remember if we mentioned any of the other 3. They might just be longer time ago that he shared it.
A year. Yeah, for Part 1.
Yeah. So that could be the case, but happy always to have Steve sharing his experiences. He's always coming with great stuff, and now he's discussing Part 4 of Quantum's ActiveScale cold storage, which integrates with Veeam backup and replication via the Smart Object Storage API. And a few of the things he covers are the evolution of Veeam's archive tier, from cloud-based options like Amazon S3, Glacier, and Azure Archive to on-premises S3 compatible storage with a VBR v12.1. And then he discusses the Quantum's role and that's one of the first Vim Technology Alliance partner to support on-prem archive tier with ActiveScale cold storage. And then he talks about the 2D erasure coding and some efficiency metrics he shares in there. I'm not gonna go over all that, but there's a paragraph on that. So that's pretty interesting if you look at it. And then he discusses as well the deployment simplicity. And he says, hey, the ActiveScale cold storage supports Vim's scale out backup repository across performance, capacity, and archive tiers. And one takeaway in here, we've seen actually discussions around tape and Vim, some Vim users and some Vim companies. You might even know more than I do. I'll let you comment on that, Rick. But rely on tape. And I saw that in the community as well. And this seems like it offers a good alternative that's really cost effective and future proof. And yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Steve, for sharing. I don't know what's your takeaway on this one, Rick.
Well, I think this is absolutely fantastic level of information because this 2D erasure coding is relatively new, at least in my practice. And then, there's still a lot of tape fans out there. So I think that when Steve is going through and explaining this is really cool, especially if it's across tapes or within a tape. And what I thought is absolutely fascinating, where was it down here? This is just blows my mind right here. Up to 19 nines of a data durability. Mm-hmm. Wow, that is fantastic. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, everyone has a story of tape letting them down. In fact, throughout my career, I have several. But I've got to say, in the last 10 years, I'm kind of come around on that. And the innovations in tape is just truly wild here. So definitely check this out. I think it's really interesting. And I think that with Quantum is an absolute leader in this area. And then when you combine that with the smart object storage and the ActiveScale cold storage technology that they have, it's actually really attractive. So yeah. Good stuff.
Absolutely. And talking about durability, I would also like to challenge our audience to think if their current strategy meets the modern durability standards. So let us know in the comments. That would be cool to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, this is right here, kind of what you need to know. So I think that makes it pretty active. Scale cold storage applies the two-dimensional erasure coding and stores the data on the tape. So that's pretty cool. That's good stuff. So thank you so much, Steve, for sharing that. Is there going to be a part 5? Let us know, Steve.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is the Vanguard blog Spotlight from Andrea Mauro. This is one of the Italian Vanguards and has basically a news pickup piece of the security AI acquisition. Maddie, that was massive news next week, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's great to have Andrea Mauro mentioned again in this section. Mm-hmm. I think this is the second time we are mentioning his name in the Vanguard blog Spotlight. But I agree. Last week, we actually announced, Anand and everyone announced, Vim acquire Security AI. It was all over LinkedIn, all over news, everywhere. So that's fantastic. And Andrea decided to put together in a short blog, his thoughts. And I thought it was worth mentioning because we were like, okay, let's see what the community is going to say. People, of course, they are going to write more about it. From now on, we're going to talk more, probably starting with December, even more, when that's going to be official. But yeah, basically, Andrea kind of picked up the news and he's putting together what it was available on our Vim blog page, as well on some news pages, and he's discussing about the unified command center that integrates data protection, security, governance, privacy, AI trust, and how together Vim and security aim to help organizations in the future. And yeah, I think this is really, really big. And I'm looking forward to see more. I'm looking forward to see some, um, perspectives more than just news, and take just information from different other
Yeah,
articles.
just stay tuned is all I can say, especially as I've learned more about this. This is going to be wild. But thank you, Andrea, for picking this up. And yes, more to come for sure. All right, special department news. The very active VUG France has an upcoming event. Let's see, it's the week after our Veeam 100 summit. And, I never know how to say the name of this province or village. Is it Haut-Provence? I don't know how to say that.
Aix-en-Provence.
That's where it's going to be. But let's take a look at the agenda here. So I have this up here, and I do expect this to be in French. I translated the page to English. So, as usual, French team going all day, which is fantastic. Let's see if there's any like sneaky sections or special guests in there.
I haven't seen any names. I checked the agenda, but I haven't seen any names. I did see that there are some interesting topics, like, for instance, M365, VDC, but they have an AMA, which is great. They have the community cocktail, V beer, but I haven't really seen any names. I would assume maybe they're going to have, there's going to be Christopher Glemont and Philippe that are the two leaders of South France. But I believe, I have a feeling that for that session about M365, they might have Nicolas Bonnet as a guest.
That's right. From Marseille. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I always want to see where are they having these places. Let's just check it out. Let's see. What is this place? Where is it going to be? Looks like it looks like a school. It says school trades. What inside was it? That's not a good picture. But every now and then, you get some information about these places. Oh, that's a good picture, like the lobby or something. Yeah, it looks like maybe a multi rental event space type.
It's a university, actually.
It's university. Yeah, cool. So
we did that last year. I think I was there. Yeah, thank you the Campus Innov management that is allowing us to do it again in there.
Oh yeah, so definitely, because Nicolas Bonnet is in Marseille, and then Glemont and Stabs are more like over here. So that's a good combination between the area. So that works good. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, VUG France. Looking good for it.
And thank you, Object First and Exagrid for sponsoring.
Yep. Definitely. Those two very reliable for the sponsorships. Definitely appreciate that as well. All right. I added something to the special department news, Maddie. The Germany team, even though they're marketing this kind of across the world, Halloween. And I know that Halloween it's becoming more popular in Europe and around the world, but it's a big deal in the US. And Germany team is having some fun with it. Oh, wow. They're even pulling in HR. Holy buckets. What's going on? They're really taking this seriously. So Julia's in HR. So they have a little video. I want to show you this. This is kind of hilarious. So I'll let this play. There's a little bit of music, but it is kind of funny because they're, going against the good and the evil forces of data. And, they all look a little creepy and stuff, but I think this will be a pretty fun thing. So they do this every year, but it might be a fun thing to attend.
I think so. Yeah, that looks pretty awesome. Really like it.
30th of October, 2 to 3. So check that out if you can. They didn't tell me too much about how it's going to go, but I can tell you they involve the video team on site for filming. So this is a show, a production. So this is going to be Pretty fun, I think. So definitely check this out. I'm gonna have to watch that one on the replay.
Yeah, totally.
Wait, that's tomorrow. So we're recording Wednesday. So everyone will have to watch it on the replay. So we'll just leave it at that. All right. Next up, via the desk of Madalena Cristile herself, the blog of the month. And I'm not logged in, so we're not showing any votes. But you said we had some good traction, but we can always take some more votes.
Oh, yeah. We can always take more votes. Right now, I think 2 of the articles are competing for the best article. I'm not going to say which, but just go and vote.
We need your vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like we've got posts from, let's see, Marcus, Pete, Shane. I don't remember the name. Marcel, I guess, obviously, and Andre Puglia.
That's Timo.
Oh, got it. But he's relatively new in some of these calls, right? So that's a pretty good stat. It's 2 posts. One of them will put you up for blog of the month. That's good.
Yeah, he's going for the badges. I know it.
Bring me the badge. Pay him in pixels. All right. Good stuff. Awesome. Congratulations, everyone. Get your votes in. When is it done by? November 2?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Sunday. And on Monday or Tuesday, we're going to announce the winner.
Got it. Good stuff. All right. Last up in special department browser tabs before we go to who's new is Edwin with the Veeam app for Palo Alto Networks XIM 1.0 is released, and you got some of the links in the blog, etc. This is good. If you have these security integrations, we definitely need to have those using feeding data to or from Veeam. So thank you, Edwin, for that.
Yeah, just always go and check out the product update sections. We are trying to, post any updates on a timely manner. So thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Kirsten, for helping us out to keep the product updates updated.
Yes, indeed. All right, now from the desk of Sophia, this is not a typo. Just this week, we had plus 264 new members. Holy buckets. This is awesome. And you said, Maddie, what could possibly have caused the bump?
Yeah, I did ask that.
Yeah.
And then you
thinking
the answer.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the Veeam on tour in Toronto because Sophia and I brought up 3 of the members. We had the main stage in the morning, so we had good part of the agenda talking about community to everyone. Hopefully a lot of Canadians have signed up, but Spearmint 71, Shadowcaster, no thank you, I like that, and Taco Cat are the coolest usernames, with Master of the Wood being number 1, aka Alfred's pick. You have a badge coming your way. So great pickup this week. I know we were just talking about making sure all Veeam on tours get that little community plug, so that'll really help us. Yep.
Absolutely. But yeah, great week. And I know another great week is coming. Super excited to see everyone, hopefully everyone is going to make it, at least
we're going to we've got it. Yeah.
So yeah, very excited for that. So we'll keep you in touch, and we're going to share pictures the week after for sure. And who knows, maybe we're going to have a special edition as well from Veeam 100 Summit from Prague. I don't know.
I'm telling you, she's sneaky. I have no clue. And I'm kind of worried. She might come at you with a camera. But Maddie, thank you so much for curating the content here for episode 238.
Absolutely, as always.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. And we have no clue what we're going to bring next week.